56 Sports presents Northwest Indiana High School basketball. Wheeler High School is the scene tonight for a BCC matchup between unbeaten Kouts and the Wheeler Bearcats. We're at Wheeler High School. Special thanks to Athletic Director Mr. Dave Wagner. The Kouts Mustangs are 16-0 on the season, 4-0 in the conference. One of 4 teams in the state of Indiana still unbeaten. The Wheeler Bearcats 11-5 overall, 4-2 in the PCC, and they took Kouts to the wire just 2 weeks ago. With Coach Skip Collins, Joe Redondo with you tonight from Wheeler High School, letting you know that our originally scheduled game between Wallace and Westside has been canceled, rescheduled to the 17th due to the newly resurfaced gym at Westside High School. That is why we're bringing you the unbeaten Kouts Mustangs tonight.
An excellent basketball game tonight, Joe. You know, there's only 4 unbeaten teams left in the entire state of Indiana. We've got one of them on Channel 56 right here tonight. The Kouts Mustangs, Coach Marty Gaff, on their way to perhaps the finest Kouts basketball season in 50 years. But when you're undefeated, boy, that weight gets a little heavy, Joe. 12 games, 14, 16. It's a heck of a weight on your back. And, you know, when you're going to carry something, it's easy to carry it when it's balanced. But when it's unbalanced, 16 things on one side, 1 on the other, it becomes a little bit unwieldy. Another thing it does is it makes you a heck of a target. Everybody wants to beat Kouts. If they're playing the Chicago Bulls or if they're playing Sparrow Lane Tech, everybody wants to beat the Kouts Mustangs. Wheeler's going to take their shot tonight. They took a shot 2 weeks ago, almost got it done. Tonight, I think Coach Skeeter Heath has told his squad the home court can make up that 2 minutes that we couldn't quite get done last time. If you're going to watch this game tonight as a critical basketball fan, I would suggest you watch this. Wheeler will be playing against Kouts. Kouts will be playing against Wheeler and themselves. If they can overcome both those things, 17-0. If they can't, some dreams can come to an end tonight.
All righty, we'll have the starting lineups and much more when we come back on WYN Channel 56.
Northwest Indiana High School basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
If you're 14 to 21 and interested in a good-paying summer job, you can call Lakeshore Employment and Training Partnership now at 1-800-MY-JOB-95 for Summer Challenge 95. You'll learn valuable skills while earning a good wage. Lakeshore Employment Summer Challenge 95, 1-800-MY-JOB-95.
Horizon Graphic Apparel, a design and custom embroidery company, reproduces team, club, or company names and logos on shirts, hats, and jackets. Our in-house design department can meet your individual needs for all types of apparel and accessory items. Computer designed for exact detail. Horizon Graphic Apparel and Custom Embroidery, 1752 East Porter in Crown Point, 663-4427.
Want to find out about local prep sports? Ask a Times reader. The Times award-winning sports team brings you more prep sports than any other area newspaper every day. For Times home delivery, 1-800-589-3331. The Times, Lake County's largest newspaper.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
You're watching Northwest Indiana Public Television, Channel 56. You're watching WYIN, Channel 56, serving Northwest Indiana, including Munster, Boone Grove, Ogden Dunes, and Hebron.
We're back at Wheeler High School, ready for the start of our high school basketball game this evening on WYN Channel 56. We're going to have the starting lineups coming up. And I believe we're ready to go down to our public address announcer, Mr. Mike Boger.
Some Kouts and your own Wheeler Bearcats. First for the visiting Mustangs. At guard, number 30, Brad Moyer. At the other guard position, number 40, Jeff Overholt. At forward, number 34, Josh Kane. At the other forward, number 54, Jake Wade. And at center, number 44, Jeremy Ratchford. The Mustangs are coached by Marty Gaff. And now for your own Wheeler Bearcats. At center, a 6'3" sophomore, number 44, Leonard Gerber. At forward, a 6'2" junior, number 40, Jeff Perez. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 12, A.J. Beckwith. At the other guard position, a 5'9" senior, number 24, Chris Piaski. And at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Bill Fish. The Bearcats are coached by Skeeter Heath, assisted by Mike Jones and Scott Henslem.
We are set to go tonight, folks. If you're just tuning in and are not familiar with high school basketball in the state of Indiana, Kouts 16-0, one of 4 teams left in the state of Indiana unbeaten in a school of just over 200. That's a big thing for the Kouts Mustangs in their game on 56 tonight. We'll touch on some big things this evening. For the Kouts Mustangs, the head coach, Marty Gaff. And on the flip side, our buddy Skeeter Heath, the head man for the Wheeler Bearcats.
And for the Kouts Mustangs, of course, Joe, a tremendous burden carrying that 16-0 perfect record around with you. They came very, very close to losing in the Porter County Conference Championship game to Wheeler. Tough game at Boone Grove last week. And of course, and the opening game of the year down at Hebron came very, very close to losing in overtime down there. But close doesn't count. Got that big 0 on there, and they're out for number 17 tonight.
Kouts in their road black with gold trim, gold numerals. The Wheeler Bearcats in their home white with orange and green trim. Rochford up to the air for Kouts, but Fish steals the tap, and the Bearcats have the first possession.
Good scouting right there as Fish jumped in the way. Knew right where the tap was going.
Beckwith has it left side. Piaski fakes the three-pointer. Here's Beckwith, left of the lane.
Kouts man-to-man in the first possession.
Fish off the baseline, around and out, no good. Tip try, no good. Rebound collected by Perez, and he lays it in. 2-0 Wheeler.
Already the Wheeler eyes are open much wider than they were last Friday night when we had them down at Hebron.
Moyer launches 3, no good. Rebound comes to the floor, nice box out of Perez.
Great checkouts, Joe. When the ball hits the floor, people yell, go get it, go get it. But what's happened is the defensive team's done a great job of the checkout.
Piaski. Beckwith way out right. Perez from 17 straight on, no good. Fish the rebound. Fish in the lane. Had it poked away by Moyer, but dug out by Gerber.
Wheeler a little bit excited. First 2 shot misses have been long. Always an indication of excellent adrenaline flow. Great move by Bill Fish. Incredible move, Joe.
And on the far side, the Fish-o-meter, I think counting down as Bill's nearing 1,000 points as Overholt was fouled on his way to the bucket. Let me get a shot of that Fish-o-meter across the way.
Probably the first Fish-o-meter I've ever seen.
And you thought they were counting the number of tickets sold at the Frisch Fry.
I thought they stole that at Long John Silver's. I didn't know where it came from. It's a good thing I've got you with me, Joe. Figure these things out.
Overholt's free throw off the back iron, no good.
He's an 84% free throw shooter on the year, and so that, for the Kouts team leader, was an unusual shot. Again, showing the adrenaline flow off the back rim.
Jeff Overholt, the point guard, has the free throw, and it's a 4-1 Wheeler lead. Minute and a half in. Now Beckwith goes down on his traveling call. Steve Egan and Andy Simpson are men in the stripes tonight.
And that is Andy Simpson handing the ball into the backcourt.
Overholt brings it left side. Down the baseline comes Josh Kane. Layup no good. Rebounded by Gerber. Fish now 30 points away from 1,000. He goes down the lane and lays in 2 more.
Trying to draw the contact. He shoots more free throws than just about anybody in the whole area. And Jeremy Rochford has his hands full on defense.
Rochford in the lane, tosses it up, no good. Wade in for the rebound, puts it off the board, no good. Perez had a fight with Moyer, for the board, and a jump ball call. Saw the PCC championship between these two teams 2 weeks ago, and Bill Fish, I know from that game, feels real comfortable driving against Rochford. That one's no good by Rochford, and it's rebounded by Leonard Gerber.
Rim very loose at that end, flipping the ball back out on the close-in shot.
Perez, baseline shot, no good, rebounded by Moyer.
Nice cut off the secondary break by Perez, just didn't finish it. Somebody didn't find her man.
Overholt, and he lays it in.
Can't give up shots like that. Too much time to retreat, should have been able to find everybody and point them out.
6-3 Wheeler.
Kouts loosely pressing on Piaski, trying to make sure that he doesn't get anything easy.
Fish's shot no good there. Gerber the rebound, had it poked away by Moyer, and a foul called on Brad Moyer.
Quite fortunate, Leonard Gerber, a 6'3" sophomore, got the offensive board, then put it back down on the floor, had it poked away, but the foul was called. You're 6'3", you got the ball 8 feet from the basket, couple head fakes, take it back up. You put it down on the ground, you might as well be 5'3".
6-3 Bearcats.
Looks like the zone against the out-of-bounds play.
That's thrown away, stolen by Overholt, and now a foul, and a fortunate foul for Wheeler, as it was a 3-on-none for Kouts developing.
You practice that pass from out of bounds, Joe. You have about 2 or 3 options on the normal out of bounds pass, and then play rather, and then you have a safety valve pass that should be thrown to the outside shoulder of the receiver. Not done there.
Overholt. They lob for Rochford. He makes the catch, puts it up, missed it. Rebound fight out of bounds. And it's going to be, let's see, it's going to be Wheeler basketball.
Set play with the back pick on the weak side, threw it up in the air, but the play simply not completed. Marty Gaff trying to get an easy basket that time down the floor, didn't quite work.
Piaski. Now it's Beckwith who's got it. To Fish. Head of the key for Bill Fish.
Note that Rochford willing to give Fish the 17-footer.
Piaski's 3 no good, but Gerber inside of Kane for the rebound hoop.
Gerber, no baby on that one. Goes right after the offensive board.
Jake Wade off balance, and a foul called on Perez. You got to get a shot. The students in the front row there with the painted faces holding the Fisher-meter. Well, I tell you what, that's rough. That's rough when your school colors are green and orange.
Yes, it definitely is. Yeah.
When they paint the face, that is. And I think a few even got the basketball heads on. Yeah. Free throw is good for Jake Wade.
You know, that's part of what high school basketball is supposed to be all about. Go ahead, paint your face, put on a funny T-shirt, yell and scream, and support your team. As long as you're yelling for your team and not at the other one, no problem.
8-5 Wheeler. Midway through the first quarter.
Once again, look at the space that Rochford gives Fish at the free throw line. He can take all the 15-footers he wants.
Beckwith this 3 is good. A.J. Beckwith with the tray, and it's a 6-point Wheeler lead.
A.J. already has more than his season average.
Moyer's shot no good. Weak side rebound goes out of bounds, 2 counts.
Wheeler paying much more attention to detail early in this basketball game than they did at Hebron last week, Joe. Right now, they are the aggressor, or at least holding their own aggressiveness-wise, which they never did last week at Hebron.
Beckwith taps it out of bounds. 11-5 Wheeler. Yeah, they did not shoot the ball or play anywhere near at the level they played in the PCC championship game against Kouts the week before. Here's Wade with the 3, no good. Kane moved out of there, but still gets the board, puts it up, missed it. Off balance shot goes in, a tremendous shot from Overholt.
That was an incredible shot, Joe. Falling flat on his face and threw that thing in there. That's the kind of shot you save for E in horse.
Fish from 15, no good off the back iron.
Again, good scouting. They don't think that Fish can hit that shot. He'll have to prove them wrong.
Beckwith reaches in and fouls Brad Moyer. Brad Moyer appears to be the glue of this team. Really an intelligent player, one of the top defensive players. Doesn't score a lot, but it seems like he does all the little things to make sure that his team wins.
5'10" and a senior, and he helps take care of the basketball for the Mustangs.
Lobs for Rochford. He backs in, fires, rolls out. Jake Wade the rebound, missed it, put it back up and in. Just a junior, 6'2", Jake Wade has 4.
And he is deceptively strong. Got a good set of shoulders on him, and he, pardon the pun, just waded in there that time and pushed people out of the way.
11-9. Bearcats by a pair. 3:05 to go, first quarter.
Critical possession for Wheeler if they want to maintain what appears to be the upper hand in the opening minutes of this game.
Fish head of the key.
Nice patient possession, not in a hurry.
Piaski for 3, good. Chris Piaski hits the tray. It's 14-9 Wheeler.
Way too good of a look. I'm sure Marty Gaff doesn't want Piaski to have that good of a look at the basket.
Off the hands of Rochford and out of bounds.
Tough pass for a post player to catch, Joe. When you're going to pass the ball to the post, if you got a guy that's taller than anybody like Rochford, you can throw it up in the air, or you should bounce it to the outside shoulder. But the line drive pass, the air pass that goes on a 4-foot trajectory all the way in, very difficult for the post player to catch. Still man-to-man, loose man-to-man setup for Kouts at this end of the floor.
Phil Shaby has checked in, number 34 for Wheeler. Fish gives back Perez, 17-foot, no good. Man, Gerber really aggressive tonight on the boards, and he's fouled.
He has been on the glass. Moyer tried to check him out. That Gerber pushed and got his way in there. And right now, the rebounding fouls are few and far between at either end. And it's simply been survival of the fittest inside. If you can push your way to the board, then you're welcome to go after the basketball. And it's been that way at both ends so far.
Leonard Gerber, just a sophomore, 6'3".
Scoring about 5 points a game, Joe, and hitting just a little over half of his free throws, but certainly looks like he's going to fill out to be a fine inside player eventually here for the Bearcats. Not that he's not doing well tonight.
He's a lot more aggressive than what I've seen him the first 2 times. He looks like he's playing a little angry tonight.
Ball off the front of the rim, rolls in. Nice soft touch. Off the back, it never goes in.
Josh Kane the board. 15-9, Wheeler by 6. Now we've got an injury.
Unfortunately, traveling before the injury. Looks like Adam Kane.
Yeah.
Adam Kane on the far side. He must have twisted his ankle just as he caught the basketball, or his knee locked, and he traveled, bounced up and down. Referee Andy Simpson calling out the Kouts training staff.
Adam Kane, the senior brother of Josh Kane. Josh helping his brother up. Looks like, yeah, something went wrong. Boy, you see the wrap on the left knee, and you hope that's not it, but that indeed could be the problem for Adam Kane.
One of the things you hate to see, of course, is any young man or young woman in the basketball games we're doing be injured, because all we're doing is hopefully giving these kids a chance to play as hard as they can, and we're part of the enjoyment of it. And for them to get hurt in any way, shape, or form, certainly not what we're here for. Really nice round of applause from the Wheeler crowd on the far side, showing part of the sportsmanship that makes the PCC what it is.
Adam Kane injured and carried off the floor here, helped off, and it looked like maybe a left knee problem. We hope he's all right. It is 15-9, Wheeler by 6.
Tough loss, because Kouts, of course, not a deep team.
No.
They don't play a lot of people.
Shaby, left side Gerber, back out Shaby. Fish, the long tray, no good this time. Knocked away by Gerber, kept alive, and the Bearcats have it. Perez corral, there's Fish down the lane, leans in and lays it in. Bill Fish with 6.
Rochford's just going to have to hold his ground and hope that he gets the charging call. Fish is leaning in. They're trying not to foul him, but he's going to shoot 3-foot shots.
That one doesn't go, but a foul before the shot on Wheeler.
Fish is one of those people, Joe, that occasionally you run into that uses his body so well that he plays like he's 6'5" inside, draws a lot of fouls. And obviously, Rochford's been told not to foul him. He's the kind of guy in a scouting report that you would consider running somebody at on the first dribble. Guard him one-on-one when he's not dribbling, but as soon as he puts it down, run at him.
Rochford had it knocked away by Fish. 17-9. Kouts has been down plenty before in games this season, but has always come back to win.
It's not in the game plan, I guarantee you. The game plan is for them to be ahead.
Fish inside of 3 players, lays it in. Bill Fish may want to get to that 1,000 mark tonight.
Get that Fish-O-meter up.
A foul on Wheeler. Fish with 8 in the first quarter. It's 19-9, a 10-point Bearcat lead.
It's really unbelievable how he can score inside there against people much bigger than he is, just using that body. It's a very difficult thing to explain. I mean, he doesn't have the great vertical jump. You'd have trouble getting the Wednesday night Vidette under his feet. But he's up there and scoring constantly inside.
Traveling call. Travel call on Nathan Heinold.
I haven't seen Kouts play enough to make any great observations, Joe, but my guess is that the Kouts fans would tell me right now that there's just a little bit of a blank look in the Kouts' eyes, not quite as alert as they need to be to play good basketball, and it has to do with that monkey on their back that we talked about in the pregame.
Piaski launches the three, good again. Piaski with 6-2 threes, and it's a 13-point Bearcat lead. Kane to answer, rounded out, no good.
Too big a hurry.
Fish the rebound. Skeeter Heath with the stop sign on. He wants one shot here in the first quarter.
Going with the 1-4. They'll put 4 guys along the baseline. Ooh, look, they heard me. 4 guys along the baseline, and they're going to try to drive from the top of the circle. Fish one-on-one. He'll kick it out to Piaski for the shot.
Shaby had it partially blocked. No. Rebounded by Kane with 2. Josh fires. No. After 1. Wheeler with the statement here in the first quarter. They've got a 22-9 lead on Channel 56. And then now we'll ask you to support high school basketball on Channel 56. A $10 donation. It'll be your phone bill. If you can call one of those 900 numbers now, folks, and lend us a hand and help make high school basketball possible on WYN. Kouts fans and Wheeler fans, you have the first half here to make your donation, a $10 donation. It's convenient. It'll be on your phone bill, and you would have cast your vote in support of high school basketball on Channel 56. You can see those signs across the way. We thank the folks here at Wheeler for even inviting the fans here to support 56 Sports. We have the signs showing you that across the way. Make the call now and make your $10 donation. We'll be right back with the second. It's 22-9 Wheeler on Channel 56.
West Indiana high school basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
First National Bank, 221 South Main Street in Kouts. The Kouts office of First National Bank is proud to support the Kouts Mustangs and wishes them continued success for the rest of the season. First National Bank of Kouts. And by Heinhold Feeds, 207 Mentor in Kouts. Good luck, Mustangs. From Heinhold Feeds, 766-2284. And by Graydon Realty, 251 North 475 West in Valparaiso. Norm Graydon at Graydon Realty, offering one-on-one service, a small agency that works for you. 759-4444. And by Blythe Sports Shop, 2810 North Calumet in Valparaiso, proud supporter of the Porter County Conference and the home of the School Spirit Pack, the easiest way to shop for your athletes. Blythe Sports Shop in Valparaiso. And by Kouts Ready Mix in Kouts, wishing continued success to the Kouts Mustangs. Kouts Ready Mix, 766-3656.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
Wheeler has it to start the second quarter, a 22-9 Bearcat lead. They lead by 13.
Kouts changes the defense, going a little half-court trap, trying to pick up the pace, see if we can get a little adrenaline flow into the black shirts. Good change by Marty Gaff. Skeeter Heath is up on the sideline trying to make the appropriate offensive change, which would be corners with Fish at the high post.
Traveling on Piaski, a good call before the shot.
Definitely did, and it took a few passes, but both teams got organized. The defensive team caused what they wanted to, ruffled the offensive ball handling.
Overholt angles left on the dribble, gives to Jake Wade. Wade lost it. Now Heinold recovered for Kouts. He fires, no. Rebound comes off to Perez.
There you see the trap down the backcourt. Going to meet him in a 1-2-2 half-court trap. That's what has to happen. Ball goes to high post, drive, kick it off. There's your play.
Blocked by Rochford, but a foul call. And you can see a very emotional Josh Kane trying to pump some life into his team right now. He's got his hand on about 3 passes there since they switched to the new defense, but he has not been able to come up with the steal yet.
You'll be able to tell on our wide-angle camera on the next offensive set for the Bearcats. You'll be able to see the 1-2-2 half-court trap. You'll be able to see Wheeler get organized against it with Fish at the high post, spreading everybody else out in the corners. There is no great offense against this except get it in the middle to your best player, at least your best inside player. Let him try to do something, and taking the ball to the basket and kicking it off on the side, and that's how Wheeler will organize. Great coaching, Joe, on both sides. Marty Gaff in the right defense to get things fired up. Wheeler adjusts immediately.
Perez rims that one out, but again kept alive by Fish. Perez lost it, another traveling call.
Kouts needs to slow down offensively. They can play full speed defensively, but you cannot play offense at full speed. There is no 14-point basket that's going to even this thing up. You can only get 2 or 3 per trip.
Overholt, way out right.
Look how soft the man-to-man defense is. Piaski giving Overholt a lot of room. He wants to shoot the 3-pointer, they'll let him do it.
He will launch the 3, and it's good. Jeff Overholt has been the entire Mustang team to this point.
He's got 8 out of their 12. That's about 2/3 of their points.
23-12. The 3 cuts it to 11. Fish trying to answer. He's got it again. Bill Fish with 10, and it's 25-12.
Bill Fish is the ideal player to have there in the high post. Not quite as good as the 2 assistant coaches for Wheeler once were when I put him in that spot, but that's an ideal place to be playing against a trap.
Overholt trying to back in and an offensive foul call. A little out of control trying to drive in.
Once again, you cannot play offense full speed. Offense should be played at half speed. Defense should be played at full speed. The only time you move full speed on offense is when you are cutting to catch the basketball. There is no other time in half-court offense where you should be going 100% of your speed. Offense is positioning, screening, moving, angles. Has nothing to do with how fast you can run. Teams that run fast usually quit after the first game of the sectional.
Beckwith leaves for Perez on the baseline, and he wheels back out. Fish in the post.
He's going to get $1 million in there.
Piaski launches 3 again, around and out this time. Fish the rebound and lays it in.
Make it $1 million and 2.
Bill Fish with 12, and Kouts wants a timeout. Timeout Mustangs, 5:49 to go. First half, a 15-point Wheeler lead on Channel 56.
Northwest Indiana High School basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
Graydon Realty, 251 North 475 West in Valparaiso. Norm Graydon at Graydon Realty for information at Union Township Homes, minutes from Valparaiso and Maryville in Porter County. 759-4444. And by Main Street Pizza, 201 South Main in Kouts. Homemade pizza, soups, and specialties. Open weekdays 11 till 9, Friday and Saturday till 10, and Sunday 4 to 9. Main Street Pizza, 201 South Main in Kouts, 766-2298. And by First National Bank in Kouts, the Kouts office of First National Bank proud to support the Kouts Mustangs and wishes them continued success during the rest of the season. First National Bank in Kouts, 766-2626. And by LaPelt's Town Florist, 406 South Main in Kouts. Flowers are 766 easy to order at LaPelt's Town Florist. Go Mustangs, 766 easy.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
A 15-point Wheeler lead at 27-12. And Bill Fish has been outstanding here in the first half as Josh Kane comes back and gets his first 2.
He was not going to be denied on that play. Great, strong, quick play inside by Josh Kane.
A double dribble call as the pressure forces the turnover, and it's a 13-point lead now, and Kouts with the ball back.
Offensive alignment for Wheeler, not in the right place that time. They needed somebody in the middle of the floor at half court. Didn't get him there.
Lob for Rochford. He goes to the goal and lays it in.
2 quick hoops. Here come the Mustangs.
11-point Bearcat lead now. 5:23 to go, first half.
Good timeout by Marty Gaff. He just stemmed the tide momentarily. Look out, that's out of here.
Oh boy, great catch by Piaski.
Holy cow.
Fish dishes to Gerber, cross court Beckwith. He launches three. Good. A.J. Beckwith from deep.
His second tray of the night. He's got 3 times his season average.
30 to 16. Moyer trying to answer, no good off the back iron. Perez, the physical rebound for Wheeler.
People are falling off him like raindrops off a roof.
Beckwith motors into the front court. Gerber in the corner.
Long
three, Piaski, no good this time. And the rebound is out of bounds, 2 counts.
He had a foot on Highway 30 when he shot that one. My Lord. I've been on vacation shorter than that.
30 to 16. Wheeler by 14 over unbeaten Kouts. 4:30 to go, first half. Overholt for the Mustangs into the front court.
Special setup play. Tried to get it inside to Kane. He's got the position.
Out of bounds off the hands of Rochford.
Again, the rear screen for the weak side lob play not working quite as well as they'd like. Watch the press formation now. Full court 1-2-2. Looking for the trap at the 10-second line area. Fish has got to be more active. He's hiding. Now he's got the passing lane to himself.
Fish in the lane for 2 more. Bill Fish with 14.
I think he needed 32 to get to 1,000. I didn't think there'd be a chance, but he might make it.
Now just 18 points away.
I don't know who these guys are in the Wheeler uniforms, Joe, but they're not the same guys who wore them last week.
Kane's shot is no good, but he'll get 2 free throws. Josh Kane will go to the line.
The guys that had on the Wheeler suits last week,
they couldn't buy a bucket, but you know what?
Moved much more slowly. Yeah.
The Hawk defense was in their face every time they had a wide open 3, though.
No doubt about it. Denny Foster's club really gave us a great performance last week. The Hawks are going to be a factor come sectional time. Josh Kane, 75% free throw shooter on the year. He's got 3. 6 foot and a junior. Was he our award winner 2 weeks ago, Joe, when you had this game?
Yes, he was.
The M.E. Dinsmore Award, the highest individual honor that you can win in Porter County Conference athletic competition. Won by Josh Kane at the PCC tournament just 2 weeks ago.
He's got 4, cuts the lead back to 14. 32-18. Wheeler. Shaby across the line to Fish. Stolen away by Moyer. Moyer to the goal, lays it in. First 2 for Brad Moyer. It's a 12-point Wheeler lead, 32-20. Piaski gets it on the baseline to Perez. Shaby in the lane, Fish, and threw it away. Got caught up there on his feet, off his feet, and the turnover.
I won't say it. I'm not going to say you can't jump in the air and pass effectively.
Wade launches 3, no good this time.
Too big a hurry.
Well, they fight for the rebound, and Fish has it.
Pace of the game favoring Kouts right now. One thing about this defense, you may give up some easy shots, but you're going to force the pace of the game.
Fish again down the lane. Well, he's halfway to 32, Coach.
It's amazing. That 3-second lane is Fish's pond tonight. He is throwing them in from everywhere there.
Roachford turnaround, no good, comes out of there.
Great check out by Perez and flat-footed rebound.
34-20 Bearcats.
They've had a Mustang flurry, but they've only gained a point since the timeout.
Knocked away by Roachford. Moyer, high off the board for 2 and a lot of contact and no whistle either way.
Probably a good no call, not a whole lot of contact actually. He caused it by leaning in.
A palm violation on Shaby. You're right, Coach. This Kouts defensive switch has forced Wheeler to play a little too fast, a little faster than they want to.
Definitely playing a little bit out of sync right now. When you're facing a defense like this, your ball handlers need to be strong enough physically and emotionally to control the tempo of the game. We're not going to play any faster, you know, and we're going to make you pay at the other end. It's all in attitude.
A lot of that is adrenaline, too, from just being a little fired up. That one's no good. Keene gets his rebound, and he's fouled. He'll go back to the line.
Your best ball handler can't be fired up, Joe. Basketball is not a game of emotion. In football, you can get as high as you want to and kill people, but basketball, you get as high as you want to and you shoot it over the backboard. So you rise to a point of alertness. I think that's a great term in basketball. You want to be eyes wide open and as alert as possible. Intensity, I think, may be occasionally useful on defense, but if your point guard is intense on offense, they're also going to have about 10 turnovers a game. They need to have their brain under control at all times and see what's going on. Three for three for Josh Kane, who really came to the forefront in that first Kouts Wheeler game when they needed him.
The lead is now 10 as Kane hit them both. Travis Smits, who usually gets a lot of PT, was an assistant coach here early on, but he is in the ball game here with 1:35 to go. Fish had it poked away from behind. Now tried to go wrestle it back, and it's a Kouts steal. Moyer gonna back out lob for Rochford. He puts it up, no good. Would stay on that rim, boy.
Rochford has really had an awful lot of bad luck on those short shots down there. It's like there's saran wrap on that rim when he's shooting it.
Now it's, oh, he's fouled, the third foul on Moyer. Bails Wheeler out of a potential turnover.
Difficult to see from here. Probably was a reach-in foul in the backcourt. One of those things where you call a touch in the backcourt and there's mayhem going on underneath the basket, but at least anything that affects the play on the ball has to be called, and that's what the official felt right there, that Steve Egan thought that was affecting on the play on the basketball. You got to call it. 1 minute to go. 10-point lead here in the first half. Bearcats by 10.
Dave Wilhite in the game for Moyer, who sits down with 3 fouls. Fish, Perez. Great shot on, great move on the baseline for Perez.
He's got 5.
36-24, Wheeler by 12 again, 40 seconds left.
You know they'd like to stay at 10 or above going into the halftime.
Wade inside, bodies his way through there, he's got 6.
But his first bucket this quarter, he has not been a factor in the second quarter at all. Thinking about one shot if possible, 24 seconds, 10-point lead. Kouts defense may not let that one shot happen.
Fish fires from 8, good. Bill Fish with 18 first half points.
It's a career in 16 minutes.
Down to 3, Kane fires, though, an air ball, and we're gonna go to halftime. A 12-point Wheeler lead as we head to the intermission. And again, we'll ask you to support high school basketball on Channel 56. A $10 donation will be charged to your phone bill. If you can make the call now, this is the last chance for you to support Kouts or Wheeler on the board. Please make that call now. It's a $10 donation to Channel 56. As well, it's a vote in support of high school sports being carried on WYN. Make that call now. Pick your 1-900 number. As they've told you to do here at Wheeler High School tonight, pledge your support to Channel 56 Sports. It is 38-26. Wheeler by 12 at the half. We'll be right back with more right after this on Channel 56.
Come on, everyone, take a trip with all of us here at 56 Sports. Pull out your map and follow along, because here we go. Starting in Gary, across to LaPorte, down to North Judson and over to Wheatfield. Then a little further to Lowell. We'll head northeast through Hebron and then Valparaiso and on to Portage and back southwest to Wheeler and Maryville, home of the 59ers and the Pirates. That's a lot of territory, and that's the area we'll be covering this season on Channel 56 Sports. Now we need for you to hop on board and help fill the tank by donating $10 to Channel 56, your public television station. Do it now by calling one of the special numbers you see on the screen. This donation will appear on your next phone bill as a gift to Channel 56. Last fall, we had outstanding support from our 900 contributors. Please, if you can, make this season's basketball programs the best supported in Channel 56's history. Okay, everyone, fill up the tank, do it now, and climb back on board as we head back to this week's game. Thanks.
You're watching WYIN, Channel 56, serving Northwest Indiana, including Munster, Boone Grove, Ogden Dunes, and Hebron.
It is 38-26, Wheeler by 12 at halftime over unbeaten Kouts. Let's go down to the court with Coach Skip Collins for our halftime interview.
We're at halftime here at Wheeler High School, where the host Bearcats have a 12-point lead over the undefeated Kouts Mustangs, 38-26. My guest is the principal here at Wheeler High School, Mr. Don Alkire, in his second year as the principal of the Bearcat High School. And Don, heck of a first half right there by the Bearcats.
We're glad to have it. We're shooting very well, and they're not hitting some of their key shots. I think defensively, they're starting to pressure us a little bit right now. We'll see whether we can keep up with that.
Well, you know, I saw the Wheeler Bearcats play last week at Hebron. Doesn't look like the same group of kids there. Evidently, Skeeter's got some magic formula this week.
Skeeter does a nice job for us. We faced a physical team last week at Hebron, and we're a little bit more of a finesse team. We had a few problems with them.
Don, I know this is a growing community here in the Wheeler area. You're probably gaining a little bit in enrollment. Any building plans down the way? How are you handling the growing enrollment problem?
We are kind of maxed out right now with our facility and the number of students that we do have. The superintendent is working with the board currently right now, and we're looking at some building plans.
Well, you know, Don, one of the big pushes in education right now, computers, technology, and so forth. Have you been able to keep pace? Is it easy to do that? And maybe, if you can, what are some of the other changes that are happening right now in education that the average person might not be aware of?
Well, technology is certainly one of them. Whether or not you can keep up with or not is a big key, because things change so quickly. Right. We've been a big part of the 5-year plan, as all school districts have, within last year and in the next 5 years. So we're working in technology also. And certainly the area of tech prep, Core 40, all those terms that you hear in the papers this day and age, education is in for a big change.
You've got to stay right on top of those terms, I know that. Don, you know, I know you spent a dozen years up at Portage High School, one of the largest schools in the state. Now you're here at Wheeler, a smaller school, yet it's growing. What are some of the differences you notice right away, and perhaps some of the similarities also?
Well, I think the biggest difference is the closeness of the students to the faculty. Portage High School is a very large campus, about 2,700 students in comparison to about 700 here. The closeness of the faculty to the kids and the ability for the students to get to know their teachers and have them perhaps several times in the course of 3 or 4 years is the biggest difference.
You know, Don, we didn't give you much warning about this basketball game here tonight on Channel 56. On behalf of the station, I just want to really say thanks for the hospitality we've had.
Well, it's our pleasure. Thanks for being here.
Don Alkire has been my guest here at halftime, the principal at Wheeler High School, and you can see why things are under good control here at Wheeler. We're at halftime. The host Bearcats lead by 12 over undefeated Kouts Mustangs. Let's now go back to the Channel 56 studios. All of tonight's scores with Joe Arredondo.
All righty, we are back live at Channel 56, and I do believe we have all the scores tonight. And let's hope they're correct this evening. Yes, we had a little problem last week. We won't let you though. We'll get to the scoreboard though and check it out. First off in the Duneland Conference, where Chesterton's Trojans are in with a win tonight, 58-46 over LaPorte. Crown Point has won their 3rd straight, a 60-44 win over the Hobart Brickies tonight. Maryville with a big win at home tonight over Michigan City Rogers, 86-42. Somewhat of a surprise on the road for Portage, 46-41 over Valparaiso. In the Lake 10 Conference, it was Calumet 88 and Gavitt 59. Griffith defeated Hammond Clark 83-65. And the Hammond High Wildcats defeated the Morton Governors tonight 79-51. Now, Highland knocked off Bishop Knoll, no longer unbeaten in the Lake 10. They were defeated tonight by the Highland Trojans 60-52, and it was Munster 85 and Whiting 54. Our originally scheduled game for tonight was Wallace at Westside. It was rescheduled to February 17th late yesterday afternoon. That's why you're seeing the Kouts-Wheeler ball game this evening. In the Northwest Hoosier Conference tonight, it was Rensselaer 75, KV 56. Lowell in with the win, 46-38 for the Red Devils over North Newton. In the Porter County Conference, it was Boone Grove 66 and Morgan Township 44. The game you're watching at halftime has Wheeler leading Kouts 38-26. Hanover Central 94, La Crosse 63. And Washington Township knocked off the Hebron Hawks down in Hebron tonight, 72-68. So the Hawks, after a great weekend last weekend, were defeated tonight by Washington Township. In non-conference play tonight, it was South Bend, Washington by a pair over the Michigan City Elston Red Devils, 61-59. It was Lake Central back on the winning track at home over Gary Roosevelt, 72-64. The Wirt Troopers now 13-2 on the season as they win by 1 at the Barado Center in East Chicago, knocking off the East Chicago Cardinals. It was River Forest winning at home tonight, 75-68 over Michigan City Marquette. The North Jetson Blue Jays moved into the top 20 in the coaches poll, and they celebrated tonight by going over the 100 mark, 101-40 over Winnemac. Some other scores from the non-conference tonight: Knox 86 and Oregon Davis 69. Elsewhere, it was Bremen 63, New Prairie 52, and Culver defeated South Central tonight 60-49. All righty, we will have third quarter action coming your way right after this on Channel 56.
Northwest Indiana High School basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
Kouts Auto Repair, 401 Indiana, in Kouts, specializing in all mechanical repair, foreign, domestic, and late model. Good Luck Mustangs from Kouts Auto Repair, 766-2131. And by Creative Home Resources in Chesterton, building new homes in Union Township and all of Porter County, from starter to complete custom homes on your lot or theirs. Member, National Association of Realtors. Creative Home Resources, 462-3549. And by First National Bank of Kouts. The Kouts office proud to support the Kouts Mustangs and wishes them continued success the rest of the season. First National Bank of Kouts. And by Graydon Realty, 251 North 475 West in Valparaiso. Graydon Realty for that special home in Sherwood Forest. For a list of homes, 759-4444.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
(38-26) Wheeler as we start the second half.
Coaches always talk about the opening minutes being important.
Lob too high for Roachford.
Third time they've tried that play, didn't work. Opening minutes of the third quarter, often a very, very important segment of a basketball game. I don't know how true that is, but it's something coaches try to sell their team on to get the lethargy out that sometimes sets in over a halftime. Trap on the side, can't pick out the defense for sure. Looks like they might be just going to a different kind of trap.
Beckwith with a wide open three, no good. Gerber again keeps it alive and saves it into Perez.
His third big offensive rebound.
Foul coming on Kouts. I believe it's on Jake Wade.
Let's see if they've made any defensive changes that might affect Fish's play in the lane, where he managed to roll in a cool 9 baskets in the first half. First trip to the free throw line, unusual because Bill Fish, one of the leaders in this area, at stepping to the charity stripe. He converts them at a high rate, around 76% on the year. Nails his first attempt of the night. He's got 19. Looks like the Fish-o-meter is taking a halftime break. I'm not sure where he is exactly.
They got a little run over there. He was putting them up a little too quick for him.
I'll tell you, first half was so fast, there was no popcorn time. Everybody had to leave at halftime.
Josh Kane to Wade. Jake Wade down the lane, now fires from 16, no good. Gerber wins the battle again for the rebound, but he's on the baseline.
Wow.
Third game I've seen Leonard Gerber, and he is really been aggressive tonight.
Doing a great job on the boards. There was a lot of contact on that rebound. I thought we were at Crown Point tomorrow afternoon for the wrestling regional or something, but stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Wheeler man-to-man against the out-of-bounds play. Fish tried to react to the basketball, knocked over Rochford. Hurt his right elbow slightly.
Going to be some great wrestling over there tomorrow.
Which reminds me, Adam Kane, injured in the first half, according to our official reporting from the locker room area, will not be back.
Overholt hits the jumper. Overholt with 10. It's an 11-point Wheeler lead, 39-28.
You can see the difference now, just mostly man-to-man. Then they're going to do some random trapping of the basketball.
Gerber knocks down the shot. Leonard Gerber with 5. It's 41-28.
The sophomore rising to be part of the party.
Rochford's shot no good, and it's taken out of there by Fish.
Rochford's had better shooting nights, I'm sure. That ball just does not want to go in the hole for him. He's played pretty well other than that.
Boy, when he's starting to roll out like that, might as well just go for the board. Try to bank one off the board here.
Amen. But the ones in the first half hit the board around the rim and out too, so maybe there is no solution except getting close enough to jam it.
Fish in the post, leans in, barrels his way, missed it short, gets the rebound, goes back up strong, missed it again, and Jake Wade the board for Kouts. Overholt. Moyer launches 3, no good. Rebounded by Wheeler.
(41-28), 13-point lead, 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wheeler should be as patient as possible right here. No hurry, and there really isn't any great defensive pressure. Just take your time. When you're 13 points ahead, you want to play a short game. Shorter the game, the better. That'll work.
Piaski for 3, no good. Wade the rebound. Overholt and a foul inside, trying to push Josh Kane. Beckwith will be hit with it.
You don't want to foul deep. When you're ahead 13 points, you do not want to foul defensively. You want to take your time offensively. Both of those things make the game shorter. You don't have to be a mathematical wizard to figure these things out. The fewer times the ball goes back and forth up and down the court, the better off it is if you're Wheeler at this moment. If you're wearing black and gold, you want that ball going up and down the court as many times as possible, as number 12, Beckwith, will come to the sideline with 3 personal fouls.
Overholt fires good.
He's got it in overdrive this half.
Jeff Overholt has kept his team in the ball game tonight. 41-30, Wheeler lead at 11.
He's got a dozen.
Long Trey Gurgin is good.
Sometimes it is your night.
Ben Gurgin from deep. Josh Kane trying to answer that one, no good.
We had the perfect angle there. It was off left all the way. The wind got it somewhere about halfway to the basket.
44-30, the Bearcats of Wheeler by 14. Gurgin, Fish on the baseline in the corner. Now backs down the baseline and fires good. Bill Fish with 21.
He is the biggest fish in the pond tonight.
Overholt shot no good, but a foul called. It'll be on Fish.
Bill's got his average. Average is 20.2. He's got 21 already.
Just 11 now away from 1,000. Overholt leans in on the baseline, no good. Gets the rebound and is fouled. Fouled by Piaski.
Overholt is the only player for Kouts right at this moment who seems exceptionally active. Doing a good job hustling after the basketball. Coach Heath, a little upset right down in front of us with something that was or was not going on out on the floor. Coaches are like that. They want you to do all those darn things they've told you. I can't understand it. Sometimes the kids just want to do something they practiced during study hall, and the coach doesn't like that.
Overholt got them both.
He's got 6 this half.
46-32 Bearcats. Gurgen brings it across the midcourt line. Moyer got a hand on it but couldn't control it. It'll be Wheeler basketball.
The highway was there, but the car was going too slow across the lane, deflected out of bounds.
Piaski down the baseline. Gurgen thought about it. Now Piaski loads the 3. Good. Chris Piaski with 3 threes. He's got 9.
Coach Heath likes him better now.
Kane again. He hits the tray.
Gotta like Josh Kane's competitiveness. He's got 9 on the evening.
Yeah,
back
he
to the
is
trap. Back
not
to the
afraid
trap.
to take that big shot.
There you go. Nice pass. Dump it off. Lay it in.
Kerber to the goal for the layup. Kerber with 7.
The sound wasn't ahead of the picture there. I could just see it coming.
Offensive foul on Jake Wade.
What a tremendous accomplishment it is. Maybe this probably doesn't seem like the appropriate time to talk about it when you're down by 16 points in the middle of the 3rd quarter, but what a tremendous accomplishment it's been for Kouts to win 16 games in a row, no matter what happens the rest of this game. You're undefeated, the PCC coming in here. You've won the PCC tourney. You've turned away all comers for 16 consecutive games. You may be, Marty Gaff didn't want to hear me say this, you may be the odds-on favorite in your own sectional. I think the Kouts Mustangs, win or lose tonight, tremendous amount to be proud of.
51-35 with 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. The Bearcats have continued to hit big shot after big shot here.
Whenever there's any hint of a Mustang rally, the 3-pointer goes down for Wheeler. Shooting much more comfortably at home, and I think almost all teams do. You add another step to your shooting range at home, Joe. I'd be
Not
tempted.
me.
No, well, what is, how can you add to 0?
That's right. I add another step to my passing range.
Well, for Joe and I, range refers to where we make our pizzas.
Knocked away by Moyer, but right to Piaski, and he's fouled on the baseline by Rochford.
High sticking against the Kouts defense along the baseline, and Piaski will go to the free throw line after he checks to make sure his molars are still intact. Coach Heath, nice tie. Got the orange and green basketball tie. Got the coat off, looking a little Bruce Parkhill-ish.
That's what I was thinking.
That's dangerous. We're starting to think alike.
I don't know if Coach Heath has like the totally fitted shirt on though. You know what I'm saying? Like the totally tailored fitted shirt
I got you.
with the prescription glasses.
Yeah.
Moyer's shot is short. Rochford the rebound, and he lays in 2.
Jeremy, his 2nd basket of the evening, the 6'6" senior, been hustling the whole night inside on the boards.
53-37, a 16-point lead. Perez alone. Now it's Gerber, alone. And it's a block called, no foul, to be Bearcat basketball on the baseline.
Fish doing everything, brought the ball up the floor that time. You know, it looked there maybe like the dribbler should have passed the ball to Perez underneath the basket, but I'm not so sure. Gerber thought he had a 2-dribble layup. Sometimes 2 dribbles in a layup is easier than a pass, a catch, in a layup.
Gerber from 15, no good. And great hustle by Overholt to get the board. He gets it out to Josh Kane, who lobs it. Rochford almost jammed it, but it didn't go down. It's been that kind of night so far for the Mustangs. Getting close, but no cigar.
Yeah, even when you're above the basket, it won't fit in.
Foul on Perez underneath.
There are those nights that if you didn't have any bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. And this seems to be one of them, as Perez moved on the screen inside. And Coach Heath says, here's how I've shown you to stand when you set these screens. pretty much agreeing with the officials' call. 53-37, 16-point lead. Minute 15, Joe.
Wade that one off the back iron. Overholt again. Roachford lays it in off the rebound.
A lot of contact on that first shot. The Kouts bench would like to get a whistle somewhere.
14-point game again. Gerber lays it in.
Great job of using his body to keep the basketball away from Rochford. 6 in this quarter for him already.
Wade bangs the three.
My gosh. All I'm getting done is writing in my scorebook.
55-42, 40 seconds left, third quarter.
Man-to-man matchup. Got to clear out and get out of his way.
Gurgen, Perez, hanging layup is in. Perez with 7.
At the double dribble call at the 10-second line, must admit I was looking down the floor watching the defense. I didn't see it. But we got the turnover. 25 seconds, 15-point lead. Wheeler will try to go for one shot here unless they get something that looks like a cinch to them.
Well, you know, Kouts has come after him in the third quarter, but Wheeler has not given it an inch.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, they've gained 3 points.
They've been knocking them shots down, and boy, everybody playing well for the Bearcats tonight.
Good judgment. Don't shoot it yet. 12 seconds.
Down the lane comes Fish. Short, no good.
He's human.
5 seconds for Wade, now 2. He's got to get it up. Half-court shot is no good. After 3. 57-42, Bearcats by 15. On WYN, Channel 56.
Northwest Indiana High School basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
This program is made possible by the following good neighbor State Farm agents for all your car, home, life, and health insurance needs. Michelle Brown, 601 North Main in Crown Point, 663-6219. And Don Gray, 2002 West 81st Avenue in Maryville, 769-9120. Valparaiso Orthopedic Clinic for treatment of sports injuries and orthopedic surgery. Doctors Malater, Leland, Toma, Luker, Gruska, and Kay use the latest in equipment and techniques to ensure a quick and thorough recovery. Valparaiso Orthopedic Clinic with over 20 years of service. Locations in Valparaiso, Chesterton, and Portage.
Want to find out about local prep sports? Ask a Times reader. The Times award-winning sports team brings you more prep sports than any other area newspaper every day. For Times home delivery, 1-800-589-3331. The Times, Lake County's largest newspaper.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
Wheeler Bearcats just 8 minutes away from a big upset as Fish comes down the lane to Perez. 57-42. Wheeler by 15. Perez jump hook good again.
I'd say that's pretty much what it's all about when the turnaround left-hand jump hook starts dropping.
Moyer knocks down the 3 to answer. He's got 7.
When that starts dropping, could be your night.
Gurgen pulls up 12-footer. Too quick a shot and a foul on Gerber.
Great call, Joe. That's exactly what happened there. That shot just took place too quickly. Can you believe it, Joe? Look at that. They drew out 10 numbers, and I'm not even close to winning a cake in the raffle here.
I had about 40 cakes last week, and I couldn't get one down at Hebron.
I got 351. Missed it by about 15 points, the closest one. Guess I'll have to stop and buy some.
59-45. Moyer again, good again.
He hasn't given up.
Moyer with back-to-back trays to cut it to 11. This one's still far from over as the Mustangs, I believe, oh, that was over and back. There you go, good call. He stepped right on the midcourt line. Another Wheeler turnover. Coach Heath is going to get a timeout. 7:04 to go. Kouts has cut it to 11, 59-48 Wheeler. on Channel 56.
Northwest Indiana High School basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
True Value Hardware, 204 South Main in Kouts. Proud supporters of the Kouts Mustangs. True Value Hardware, 766-3766. And by Went Brothers Drugs, 207 South Main in Kouts. Went Brothers Health Mart Drugs, downtown Kouts. Go Mustangs, 766-3327. And by Graydon Realty, 251 North 475 West in Valparaiso. Graydon Realty, specializing and located in Union Township. For listings in Sherwood Forest, Salt Creek Commons, and surrounding areas, 759-4444. And by Security Federal Bank with the main office in St. John. In business for over 50 years and now with 7 locations. Security Federal Bank. Your needs are their goals.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
Kouts has cut it to 11, and they've got the ball back with Overholt into the front court.
You don't win 16 games in a row if quit is part of your vocabulary, and we're seeing that right now.
And now Wheeler, coach, already in the penalty.
Not a good play. Reach in foul by Perez, 20 feet from the basket. They don't need to steal anything at that point. And it does appear 7 fouls on Wheeler.
So Kouts going to be able to get back into it at the line. They've got the people that can do that.
Wade shoots 77%. He's made his only 2 tonight. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. To go with 2 2-pointers and a 3-pointer. That should be about 10 if I added them up right there.
A Kouts team that has trailed before by plenty. I think they were down 20 to Lowell early before rallying to win.
I don't think it's part of the game plan, but if it works, okay.
Now they finally got it inside of double digits. It's a 9-point Bearcat lead at 59-50.
Now we'll test the poise, not the skill, the poise of Wheeler.
And this is where you might want to go back to the big fish. Moyer harassing Beckwith. Now they try to take it away. Piaski to Gerber. And again, the Bearcats in no hurry. Fish lost it in the lane. And a jump, now a foul call. It'll send Overholt to the free throw line, and he's an outstanding free throw shooter.
Pretty good call. Ball loose on the floor, recovered by Kouts. Gerber went to the floor a little bit late, got some body before he got basketball. Kouts' rally continues as momentum has changed shirt colors here in the 4th quarter.
Big Mo?
Definitely. So far, 8-2 here in this particular quarter.
That one no good off the back iron, but Wade the rebound, puts it up, no.
Big misses.
And
Big.
Perez the rebound. 59-50. Beckwith, and a foul called on Wade.
If you're on the Kouts bench, you're yelling, let him play, let him play. This is not a junior high game. If you're on the Wheeler bench, you're saying, hey, they're touching us, It's in the rule book. And the 2 guys running up and down the floor, Steve Egan and Andy Simpson, are earning their money.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that one tonight.
Guys got to be a little nuts to put on one of those striped shirts.
I'll be a little tired tonight, too, the pace and the motion of this game. Piaski poked away, and 4th foul on Moyer. 4th foul on Brad Moyer.
Kouts can drop back their intensity level briefly right now, or their frenetic level, if you would. They're only 9 points behind right now, and there's 6 minutes to go. They don't have to be committing fouls 30 feet from the basket like they did right there. There's still plenty of time if they'll just use their heads. Wheeler going to spread it out, see if they can get some one-on-one plays.
Gurgen's got it. Gets it back to Piaski. Chris Piaski, now Moyer's got to watch it. He can't be reaching in with 4 fouls. Fish in the lane again. Lays it up, missed it. Rebound fight, no call.
Oh.
We got bodies all over the place and a traveling call. Hey, did Mike Wasnor and Jeff Goss sneak in the building?
That's John Goss.
I'm sorry, John Goss.
I'm not sure how I knew who you were talking about, but no, I'll tell you right now. That was one of those plays where there really isn't any good call. I guess you could have blown the whistle, but I don't know what the call was. So I'm glad I'm up here. There are referees everywhere. They're probably wishing they had better announcers, too.
That's right. Hey, and we can understand that.
That's right. Yeah.
As Kane lays it in.
Ah, yeah.
It's a 7-point Wheeler lead now. Kouts trailed by, I believe, the biggest margin was 17.
No matter what happens here, we're going to see a game people are going to talk about for the next 10 years here, Joe. If Wheeler hangs on, they'll be talking about it forever. If Kouts comes back, nobody will forget it.
Fish, Perez, no foul as Overholt ran into him. Fish baseline. Gets it away to Gurchin.
4:44 remaining in the game, 7-point margin. But you remember what happened in the PCC tourney, where Wheeler led by 4 with approximately 2 minutes to go.
Oh, Skeeter Heath wants a timeout, but before that, a foul on Overholt.
Definitely body checked him right in front of the scorer's bench.
That's going to send Wheeler to the line for a 1-and-1. Coach Heath introducing himself to Steve Egan.
You better be careful or he's going to give away 2 points. One of the players has got him. Somebody on the bench is trying to hold him back there.
Somebody just bought themselves about 12 suicides by grabbing the coach. Timeout. 4:28 to go. 59-52 Wheeler on Channel 56.
Northwest Indiana High School basketball is partially underwritten by the following.
Landshire Sandwiches, 217 Main in Kouts. Good Luck Mustangs from Landshire Sandwiches, 766-2251. And by Blythe's Sport Shop in Valparaiso, proud supporter of the Porter County Conference and the home of the School Spirit Pack. The easiest way to shop for your athletes. Blythe's Sport Shop in Valparaiso, 462-4412. And by LaPelt's Town Florist, 406 South Main in Kouts. Flowers are 766 easy at LaPelt's Town Florist. Go Mustangs from LaPelt's Town Florist, 766 easy. And by First National Bank in Kouts. The Kouts office of the First National Bank is proud to support the Kouts Mustangs and wishes them continued success the rest of the season. First National Bank of Kouts, 766-2626.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
It has been a great one tonight from Wheeler High School. 59-52 Bearcats. Gurchin to the line on the 1-and-1.
He shoots 2 out of 3 there on the air, 67%. He's got a 3-point basket and 1 free throw for 4. These games do amazing things to normally calm normal people.
Gurchin got them both. Man, has he been big tonight. 61-52. Bearcats by 9. Wade launches the 3. No, and a foul inside on who? It'll be on A.J. Beckwith, so free throws coming with the clock stopped 4 counts.
61-52, 9-point margin. They've not made much progress in the last minute and a half here, but they're still in this basketball game.
Got to mention here as Josh Kane goes to the line. First game for Kouts tonight ever on Channel 56. In LaPelt's Florist in downtown Kouts. They were so excited about this game tonight. They went out and changed their sign out in front of their florist shop today to show that the Kouts would be televised tonight on Channel 56. How about that?
Well, I think it's spectacular, actually, that people are that interested in high school basketball, and that we're just lucky, Joe, to be a part of being able to help bring that entertainment to them. As Kane hit both of the free throws to cut the margin down to 7. We get a moment here, we'll have to talk about what happened right before this basketball game tonight, too, historically, according to Wheeler basketball.
61-54, Bearcats by 7 as they lob in the backcourt for Fish. He's got it across the midcourt line with 4:10 to go. The Bearcats once led by 17. They lead by 7 now with 4:10 left. Dave Wilhite hawking the ball now. That's a foul in the NBA, right, Coach?
Yeah, hand checking's not allowed in the NBA, but college and high school
Traveling
it's okay.
call. Piaski lost the wheel and went down, and it's a turnover. This is the closest the Mustangs have been since first quarter.
Chance to get under 7. Wheeler getting a little tired, not as quick defensively for the most part.
Oh, a nice pass, but it went away from Overholt, and it's out of bounds to Wheeler.
Once again, the pass inside, it's got to be lobbed or bounced. You can't shovel the ball at a 4-foot level and expect somebody to catch it inside.
3:45 to go.
There was once a time when 7 points in 3.5 minutes seemed pretty good. But ever since they drew that little arc out there on the top of the circle, 7 points isn't much anymore. May have to go to the trapping defense, otherwise the one-on-one dribble is going to beat them and run out the clock. 3:15.
Fish back to Gurchin.
Fish actually hasn't scored in the fourth quarter. Of course, Wheeler only has 4 points this quarter.
Piaski for the open 3, good. That hurt. Chris Piaski with 14, and a timeout counts. Bearcats fans on their feet across the way. We'll ask you to support high school basketball again on Channel 56. Maybe if you're watching from Illinois and Indiana tonight, you could make that call and make your $10 donation to high school basketball on Channel 56. It's been an outstanding PCC game tonight. And we'll just ask you to pledge your support, cast your vote in support of this game, folks. You can continue to make high school sports a reality right here on public television for Northwest Indiana, WYIN.
Definitely give that number a call. If you can't find any better entertainment than what you're watching tonight, and it's going to continue right here on Channel 56. We've got one of the finest boys teams in the state of Indiana coming up next Friday night. And if things work out the way we're kind of hoping, next Saturday night, one of the greatest girls high school games in the history of Indiana high school basketball will be right here on Channel 56.
Could be next Saturday.
So we've got the possibility of one of the greatest teams in the nation this year facing the defending state championship right here on Channel 56. So call that number.
17 calls for the Hebron fans last week as Moyer drains the tray. Great support by the Hebron fans again. 17 calls for them, 6 for the Wheeler fans, and a 1 each for the Illinois and Indiana high school fans as Moyer's cut it back to 7.
That's his third three-pointer this quarter.
Poked away and a steal for Moyer. Moyer to the goal, lays it in.
He's got 11 this quarter, down to 5.
And a timeout Wheeler. They got the timeout before the inbounds.
Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if there was a timeout down there, Joe.
I thought that's what the signal was.
We were screened out by the jumping players around the Kouts bench. Couldn't really see what happened. You probably had a better view of it at home than what we have.
Kouts has cut it to 5, the closest they've been since the first quarter.
Definitely good call.
The 5th foul on Moyer.
Hate to see him leave as hot as he's shooting, but I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but he definitely had Fish wrapped up, had his right arm around him, holding him around the waist, and obviously holding. And I'm sure you could say if you're on the Kouts side that a lot of worse things than that have gone on this evening, and you're probably right. But it was a personal foul, and you hate to see Moyer leave the game, and I'll repeat something I think I said last week, Joe. I think the rule that allows people to foul out of a game is foolish. Now, it's the only game that I know of where you're disqualified from playing because you've been playing hard.
I really think that Brad Moyer is just too valuable to this team for him to be reaching in this late with 4 fouls. He might have to learn that he's going to have other guys foul if he's got 4 fouls because he is just too valuable to this team. It appears that he's kind of like the glue out there, Coach.
15 points tonight, and we'll see right now. They're going to miss him. He certainly has played hard. And he's been a one-man wrecking crew here in the fourth quarter.
No good for Fish off the back iron, and Overholt runs down the rebound. and the Mustangs can get it inside of 5.
Kouts fans to our left, all up on their feet.
Kane for 3, no. Big rebound by Perez. Piaski across the midcourt line, and he is fouled.
Not the man you want to put at the free throw line.
Well, I didn't think Fish was either, though.
Fine outside shooter, shooting 71%, but you're down to the point in the game now where you really can't, you don't have time to read the scouting report and figure out who the worst free throw shooters are on the team. Piaski will step to the line where he has 2 out of 2 tonight. He has 4 baskets that are all threes. That should add up to 14.
That one's wide left.
You called it.
So another shot for Kouts. They call the play. Overholt driving to the baseline. Into Wade through his hands and a turnover.
I repeat the same point again. You cannot pass in the post area at the same level. 100 seconds.
Beckwith. Piaski.
There are 4 undefeated teams in the state of Indiana. You're watching one of them right now in the black shirts, the Kouts Mustangs, desperately trying to come back from a 17-point deficit as Kane fouls in the backcourt. They're down 5, 1:28 to play. Piaski will go back to the free throw line where he missed badly off to the left just a moment ago. No matter what happens in this basketball game, Joe, what a tremendous piece of entertainment we've had from both of these squads. And again, a game that these teams will talk about at their 10th, 20th, and 30th class reunions. Remember that night in February, back in '95, when I stepped to the free throw line, we were up by 5, and I drained one. We were up by 6. And at the Kouts reunion, they'll be talking about coming back from the deficit, and they still haven't given up the chance to have a happy ending to their story.
That one too strong, and Overholt the rebound. Overholt angles left, gets it back to Kane. He launches 3, no good. Comes and gets the rebound. Fakes. Fish guards him. He forces it up, no good. Another great rebound by Gerber.
Gerber did a great job of moving people out of the way with his body that time.
Perez. Double team comes down the baseline, lost it, but it goes to Gerber. He was hammered by Roachford.
We're under a minute. I'd have to say, and to credit these kids on the floor, Joe, I haven't seen anything that looked close to animosity between the players. They've played hard. Guys have fallen down, stepped on each other accidentally, but yet there hasn't been a stare or a shove in the back or anything close to a gesture along the way. The fans are going nuts on both sides, and the coaches are having a little trouble containing themselves. But the kids on the floor have been great as one of the nails goes in the coffin from Leonard Gerber.
Kouts with 3 chances here, Coach, in the last 2 minutes to get inside of 5 points, and they have not got it done. 3 chances. And Gerber knocks them both down. 67-59.
Got to start thinking about the long one now every time down the floor. And that's a definition of a long one.
And it goes for Josh Kane.
That's 4, isn't it? Right.
That should have been 4.
Put another circle on the floor. Holy cow.
67-62 Wheeler on Channel 56.
Hey, come on, everyone. Take a trip with all of us here at 56 Sports. Pull out your map and follow along, because here we go. Starting in Gary, across to LaPorte, down to North Judson and over to Wheatfield. Then a little further to Lowell. We'll head northeast through Hebron and then Valparaiso and on to Portage and back southwest to Wheeler and Maryville, home of the 59ers and the Pirates. That's a lot of territory, and that's the area we'll be covering this season on Channel 56 Sports. Now we need for you to hop on board and help fill the tank by donating $10 to Channel 56, your public television station. Do it now by calling one of the special numbers you see on the screen. This donation will appear on your next phone bill as a gift to Channel 56. Last fall, we had outstanding support from our 900 contributors. Please, if you can, make this season's basketball programs the best supported in Channel 56's history. Okay, everyone, fill up the tank, do it now, and and climb back on board as we head back to this week's game. Thanks.
Boy, I used to think this was the second game this week.
Whew, man, feels like it. How could anybody pay $7 to see the return of the Chainsaw Massacre when you could pay $3 to see this? This has been unbelievable.
Lane to the floor to Perez.
Hold it up, young man. 44 seconds.
And they foul him, and he'll go to the line.
It's been a well-coached basketball game on both sides. Both coaches have had their players in the right spots at the right moments and let the players win the game by being properly organized. What's won the game, of course, is shooting percentage, a few offensive rebounds, and a phenomenal first half by Bill Fish.
Jeff Perez knocks down the free throw.
When I say won the game, of course, I mean established the lead to this point.
That was a little wild. Now, Fish and Piaski missed on the free throws, but Gerber and Perez have gotten them down.
Perez is a 56% shooter on the year.
Misses the second one. It's a 6-point lead. 2 trips still. Wade on the baseline, launches no. And Overholt was fouled on the rebound. A good call. Piaski on the foul, and Overholt goes to the line.
33 seconds, down 6.
Overholt's played a pretty good game as well.
I'd say pretty good's an underestimation, Joe. He's played very, very well. He's got 4 2-pointers, 3 free throws for 11, a 3-pointer, gives him 14 points on the night. Hasn't scratched yet here in the 4th quarter, but he's about to. 84% free throw shooter on the year. He is 4 out of 5 tonight. That means he should make this one. That will give him 5 out of 6. Good job. Need to foul almost right away. Only took 2 seconds off the clock as Rochford reached over the top and will send number 44, Leonard Gerber, to the free throw line where he made 2 earlier. 3 out of 4 on the night. Only 54% shooter on the year. A lot of pressure on the 6'3 sophomore. 4-point basketball game. This is not a W yet.
Big one here is the first one. Good. Leonard Gerber with big free throws, coach. Another factor in this one, there's a keg with a lot of tradition it's been black and gold all year, and it could be green and orange by the end of the night. As Gerber hits them both.
6 points, need 2 long ones. Guard the arc.
3 is good again for Wade. On a quick timeout.
Unbelievable. What a ball.
It's a 3-point lead. We'll stay here. Kouts not ready to relinquish an undefeated season or the PCC keg.
No, they're definitely not, Joe. I'm getting to have such a bad memory that I can hide my own Easter eggs, but I can't remember a basketball game that we've done in the last 3 years that has been any more exciting back and forth than this. Some that would equal it perhaps, but we haven't had any that have been any better than this one. 70-67. The home team on top with 22 seconds to play right now. They got the timeout. I assume what they'll try to do right here is deny the inbounds pass, go for the steal on the first dribble, and then commit the reach-in foul right away. They cannot allow much time to go off the clock. You need, if you're Kouts right now, you need as many possessions back and forth as possible in 22 seconds. For Wheeler, of course, it's just pass the basketball and hang on to it for dear life and make the foul and send us to the free throw line. Look out if they've got some nerve here. If somebody in the Wheeler huddle's got just a little ball, we might see the long pass for the home run.
70-67, a 3-point Wheeler lead. Perez is going deep, but they foul Piaski. Piaski goes to the line. 3-point lead for the Bearcats.
Quite quickly tonight, Joe, we saw something really touching before the game. Wheeler Booster Club honoring the 1935 Wheeler Bearcat Porter County Championship team. Leo Bergler, 2-time gold ball winner. Mike Scott, Albert Noak, Stanley Coles. It was pretty exciting to see those guys. They were excited to be back. The 1935 Bearcats were 20-2, but they didn't have any bigger victories than what this might be tonight for Wheeler.
Payaski hits the freebie. He's got one more.
That's a big one, obviously, as it puts them down 2 possessions, 71-67. Wheeler rebounders off the free throw line so that they cannot commit a foul.
Payaski got the second one. It's a 5-point lead again.
First guy that can see the rim needs to shoot at it. That'll do it.
Good again. The lead is 2 with 10 seconds left, and another quick foul.
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Josh Kane. Incredible play, Joe. Josh Kane, a couple of 3-pointers in this quarter. 2 free throws, a 2-pointer. He's got 10 in this quarter. He's got 13 in this half. He did not score in the first quarter of this game. He's got 19. 72-70.
Unbelievable. They will get a chance here if he makes just one of 2.
He's got to have both of these to ice it or prevent it being a 1-possession game again. Payaski up to the challenge.
Then a Bearcat timeout. It's still a 1-possession game, 73-70, and Payaski with another free throw.
One of the things that makes it bad to read box scores, you're going to read this box score tomorrow if you weren't here, and it's going to look like Wheeler won this game completely at the free throw line. But actually, of course, what's happened is they've gone to the free throw line an awful lot here in the last 3 or 4 minutes and have converted there. Up until that point, the free throws, although they were a factor, were no major factor in the basketball game. 73-70, a 1 free throw for Chris Payaski. One of these things that, if you're watching out there and you've never been involved in sports, he's about to do something in front of a couple of thousand people here and operate under pressure at age 17 or whatever he might happen to be, that most people never do anything under this kind of pressure in their entire lives, Joe. And that is one of the great values of high school athletics. Even if he makes it, even if he misses it, no matter which one of those 2 things happens, to have faced the pressure like this, well, that's why kids who learn athletics go on to be successful so often in life. You know, the people that talk about the way the ball bounces are usually the ones that have dropped it. Payaski will not drop it.
Knocked them both down. It's a 4-point game. Kane fakes, fires. Good again. They're out of timeouts, though. Technical on Kane for pushing the ball.
He had to call it, and they had to do something to stop the clock. And so Josh went in there, did whatever he could do to stop the clock. And, of course, Marty Gaff would like to get the attention of Steve Egan, the referee who called the technical foul. It appeared that Kane interfered. I could not see it exceptionally well, Joe, exactly what happened.
Well, they could have let the clock run out, Coach, and the game would end. And he just grabbed the ball and threw it kind of into where the band was to hopefully get the ref to stop the clock and force them to inbound the ball.
Had to do something, and Josh is asking, what did I do? Why is it a technical? And that's just the way the rule reads. The ball went in. There were about maybe 4 seconds to play when the ball went in. And that simply means that Wheeler didn't have to inbound the basketball. That's where I like the college rule right now. And the pro rule, where they stop the clock on the baskets maybe in the last 2 minutes of a basketball game. And that way, there's no frustration. You've got to play 4 seconds of basketball right there. Unfortunately now, really no way, unless Wheeler commits a foul that's unbelievable, that Kouts can get back into this game. Whether Payaski makes or misses these now, there's only 1 second left on the clock.
Plus, Wheeler will get the ball with the technical.
Exactly, so there's absolutely no way for Kouts to get back in the game unless Wheeler commits a foul that will cause Skeeter Heath to commit suicide.
Boy, he's hit his last 6 at the line and the last 7 out of 8.
I can guarantee you this, Joe. The Kouts team, which is dragging over to the bench slightly right now, has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. They have put on one tremendous piece of entertainment here during this 4th quarter.
There you see the keg's been passed already on the far side. Kouts cheerleaders took it to the Wheeler cheerleaders.
I'm not so sure I would have given it up that early.
And the black and gold keg will be green and orange tonight.
If you're watching over in Joliet or Naperville or Aurora or Bolingbrook or whatever, that is the symbol of basketball superiority in the Porter County Conference. A tremendous tradition Coach Marty Gaff and his team have had that all season practically, and I know that Don Alkire and his people here, along with Dave Wagner, IED, will take good care of it. Paul Rommelman, Terry Brownell, they hate to give it up, but that's what this is all about.
Ball game is over. Bearcats have won it. They knock off undefeated Kouts 76-73. So the Mustangs hope for a perfect regular season will end here at Wheeler tonight. Chris Piaski.
There are no words, Joe.
With the keg in one hand, Coach, he ran over here for it.
I'll tell you what, if you ever wonder what Hoosier hysteria is about, it's small school, high school basketball. And one of the reasons why people go nuts about basketball in Indiana, you're looking at it on the floor right out there tonight. If you're on the losing side and you're watching this game on Channel 56 and you're a Kouts fan, don't give up on these Mustangs. They're 16-1 and have a feeling they'll play their next basketball game with a little bit less tentativeness than they did tonight. They'll get the monkey off the back, and now they can play to win. There's a tremendous difference between playing to win and playing not to lose. And I think over the last couple of weeks, they've been playing not to lose, carrying that big zero around with them. Tonight, they played not to lose. They happen to lose. From now on, they can play to win, and it's all over. They can still hang on and win the PCC, perhaps even still win it outright, and I know that's one of Coach Gaff's goals. But tonight, it's a Wheeler night. It's a green night. It's an orange night, and the keg is held aloft by the Wheeler players. Congratulations to Coach Skeeter Heath and his basketball staff.
Okay, we need to thank Wheeler AD Dave Wagner for his great hospitality before we step out here. Boy, what a difference a week makes, folks, here at Wheeler. They were talking about getting a chance to redeem themselves on Channel 56, and 1 week later, they've done it.
They definitely did, Joe, and what an exciting basketball game. As I said in the middle of the fourth quarter, we may have seen some games in the last 3 years that equaled this one, but we haven't seen anything that surpassed it. And as far as Wheeler is concerned, I can guarantee you they're glad this game wasn't 10 seconds longer.
That's right. 76-73. Wheeler wins the ball game tonight to go to 12-5. For Coach Skip Collins, this is Joe Arredondo. Good night. Join us Saturday at 7 for exciting Big Ten basketball.